How we doing, guys? Gamer316 here with a bit of a different kind of video. I did mention it a couple of weeks ago on one of my last videos that I might be doing a top 10 list. So to run up to Christmas, I am going to do my favourite top 10 racing games for this one, and shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, and stuff like that. So I'll try to do these once a week. The pickups are still happening, but that'll be on a separate video. Some of the people do know me personally, it's subscribed to my channel. I'm a massive racing fan. Love to go to watch a Grand Prix, but not been yet. But that'll be one day. Hopefully that will happen one day. Yeah, love racing games since my very first Mega Drive, Monaco Grand Prix and stuff like that. But I've chosen my top 10 favourite racing games / rallying games. I'm going to put it all into one genre. So it might be some racing games, rallying games, motorbike games, and stuff like that. But it's my personal top 10. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's what I enjoy playing. So to start off, it's a game that it did get a port on the PS2 as well. It's a game that it's a kind of game you never see around much nowadays. I wish they did more of these. Not a yearly thing, because I think it would be quite stale, but an update every 5 years or so. And that is at number 10, Le Mans 24 Hours. This is the Dreamcast version. I do have the PS2 version, but I think the Dreamcast version is a lot better in my eyes. So yeah, I wish they would make every 5 years an updated Le Mans game, because you could do the FIA GT Championship or the World Endurance Championship, games, and I think they would sell, because some really nice cars in it nowadays, and that was in these days. So gameplay wise, it's quite easy. It's very arcadey. You can go arcade or simulation, but and you've always got the option to do the 24-hour race, and that's in real time. So there was another Le Mans game that came out. Only in the arcades, and Sega did it. A bit like Sega Rally, but it was always against the clock. It was very short, but a home port of this. It's a really good game, to be honest. I do enjoy it. I do put it on from time to time. I think one of my videos, one of my Leeds videos, was playing on the background. It is one of my favourite games. So that's at number 10. Number 9 is, in my eyes, an absolute classic. It's not the longest racing game you'll ever buy, but by the time it came out, it's a game that I do cherish, because it was one, I think I got it with a console, and sadly it's gone in a direction, or it went in a direction that I didn't like, and sadly there's not been more after a third one. I think there might be a handheld version, but not a proper console release, and that is Sega Rally on Dreamcast, on Sega Saturn, sorry. Fantastic game. Sadly only four levels and 2 cars, if mine can remember that. But very arcadey. It was an arcade game. Most of the Saturn games were arcade ports. But it was between this and Sega World Touring Car Championship. But I picked Sega Rally because the handling is a lot easier. Sega World Touring Car Championship is very, very hard, but you can't beat a good old game Sega Rally. I remember me and my mates playing it, and it's on the first course, the desert course, just trying to set the fastest lap time. I would set the fastest lap time, then he'll have a go, and he set the fastest lap. And it will go round and round. We'll be playing it for hours, just trying to beat each other's lap times. And it's a game that everybody who's into racing / rallying should own. So that's number 9. Number 8. I picked this one because I think it's the better version. Number 1 was a base. It started the franchise off. Number 3 was okay, but I thought Road Rash 2 is at my number 8. a lot more customizable bikes. You could customize bikes and stuff like that. And it's a good party game. It's good for 2 players and just to have a good laugh. Sadly, once again, they don't make any road rashes now. It's like Sega Rally and Le Mans don't make these kind of games no more, which is a shame. I think the last road rash was on PS2 and it bombed out. But it's a shame, but luckily you can still buy these. So if you into Road Rash 2, in my honest opinion, is a better version. Number 7. This franchise is still going. It's one of the only franchises actually still going. Once again, my honest opinion, I think this is one of my favourite games, especially for PS1. A lot more customisable than all the others that I've done, but it's so 90s. It is Rage Racer. It just reminds you. It just oozes the 90s. The music, the graphics. It's so Japanesey 90s, and it's just 90s full stop. But it is. I think it's one of the best Ridge Racers. I know it's a different name, Rage Racer, but I think it's one of the best Ridge Racers they brought out. Ridge Racer 1 and Ridge Racer Revolution were fantastic still, but I thought Rage Racer was the best version they brought out of Ridge Racer. I know it's still going today, and it just feels hollowed out to like stuff like Rage Racer, so that's at my number 7. At number 6, once again, sadly another franchise that's just died. It's a shame, but it still gives you happy memories, and you can still play it to this day online, which is a good thing. And that is PGR3. I was going to put PGR4 in it, but the bikes and stuff like that, I thought the car, it was a car game, it was a car racing game, to be honest, and I think it came out with the system. PGR3 came out with the Xbox 360. And it still holds up to this day. PGR4 still holds up as well. Yeah, the bike. I wasn't a big fan of the bikes, but yes, it had more options than before did. But I think this was a spiritual successor to MSR, Metropolis Street Racing. So yeah, that's another one. Another rallying game, which a bit of a short story. When the first Xbox came out, they brought their own series of games out. EA wouldn't publish for the Xbox until they scrapped all their sports licenses. So sadly what Microsoft did, and they actually brought some really good games out. Microsoft did. They put a lot of effort into it, and this was one of them. Rally Sport Challenge 2. Well, I do still say one of the best rallying games. It wasn't just rallying, it was rallying and racing. So. But sadly, once Microsoft stopped making the games because of EA, it was just left to die, and it's just a shame. And hopefully one day there's rumours going around that the Xbox One is going to start playing backwards compatibility on the old Xbox. So kick the servers back in one day. You never know. A throwback to the PS1 launch. I played this game to death, and I still do to this very day. And it's actually one of my latest pickups that I picked up in I think it was my last video. It's not a racing game. Well, it can be if you want to class it as a racing game, but it's more a smash 'em up. It is Division of Destruction Derby. I love this game to bits. I've got it on download on PS3, but I know I like the physical copy, but it's still one of the best games ever made. Destruction Derby 2 was good, but it went a bit AWOL after that. It went a bit stupid. But Destruction Derby 1 was absolutely fantastic, and it's for PlayStation. They nailed it with a launch game, especially Destruction Derby. So at number 3, another 360 game. I've not tried to do a whole set of the same games if I possibly can. I've tried to mix it up a little bit, but this one could have had every single title in, but I'll just pick one, and that is Burnout Revenge. Another smash 'em up game. Once again, EA got the grubby mitts on it and ruined it with Burnout Paradise. Yes, I do own it, but it's not patch on Revenge. Crash junctions are fantastic on this. I could have put all the burnouts on it except Burnout Paradise, but it's just a shame. Once again, we don't see these kind of games. It's all same stuff over and over again. But that's my number 3, and hopefully one day we'll see another Burnout. At number 2, it's actually one still going, and it's actually it's a good a lot of games that they do. It's good, but it's not. It's wobbling a little bit now. It's getting a bit too stale, but they do take quite a few years to make these games. So it is Gran Turismo 2. Why else can I pick number 2? I think it pushed the PS1 to its absolute limit. It was on 2 discs. You had the race, and then you had the rallying and the arcade mode and stuff like that. They packed a lot of stuff in just on 2 discs, just for the original PlayStation. The first one was fantastic. I remember playing the Japanese version of that before it came out in the UK. I was impressed then. So I could have put all the others, like Gran Turismo 4, playing here now, but I think Gran Turismo 2, just because it pushed the PS1 to its absolute limits. It's still fantastic. So at number 1, what would be my favourite racing / rally and smash 'em up game ever? Quite a few, if people know me, I do go to the I still like to go to the arcades, and if I still see this game, I always put 50p in. It used to be £1 or £2 years ago, but it's now 50p. But it's getting thin on the ground. I've always wanted this as an arcade machine as well, but I've got the next best thing, to be honest. And that game is Sega Rally 2 on the Dreamcast. Why? I'm just saying, why Sega Rally 2? It was an arcade game, yes, it was an arcade game, but they had a 10-year cycle on it, and there was quite a lot of selection of cars. From the first one, where it had 2 cars, to this one, where you could, yes, the arcade game only had 3 or 4, was it? Something like that, I can't remember off the top of my head. But when the 10-year career, you started with a very small car and you worked your way up. And I still think today, to this very day, it's another title that they could have built on it. They really should have built on it, but they didn't. They just left it, and then they just went down, took the rallying out of it, made it more a racing game, and there was a skill to do Sega Rally, and they took that skill away, and it was just. But Sega Rally 2 is my favourite game racing of all time. The top 10 of everything else, it will go right in the middle, to be honest. Racing genres now are. There's that many racing games out there and stuff like that, but it will still go up there. So in the top 10, well, top 10 of all time. So at the end of it, I might do the top 10 of all time, shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, stuff like that. But racing wise, Sega Rally 2. Hopefully next I'll do a beat 'em up top 10. That one will be very tough because I've got quite a lot of beat 'em ups. It's going to be a tight one between maybe 2 or 3 franchises, so watch this space. So if you do like these videos, hopefully I'll do one more next month. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you very, very soon.